Hello, 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 and welcome to another Dash Super Metroid Mystery Tournament race. We've got Cross Product going up against phatscott25. This is the final playoff deciding race of the tournament. Whoever wins this one goes on to the playoffs, and the loser cast asunder. With me in the commentator's booth, we have none other than Crazed Gamer. Gamer, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. It's a good night for Super Metroid, and I'm looking forward to this matchup. Want to see what these runners can do.
Absolutely. I think playoffs are on the tip of the mind of both of our runners here, both having 2 wins and 3 losses, and this is week 6, looking to pull that third win. I'd say, you know, evenly matched. I'm not gonna lean one way or the other. I think that it is really anyone's game. Of course, this is Super Metroid Randomizer. Anything can happen. So it's just going to be up to kind of those early decisions, I think, based off of what this mystery seed ends up revealing to our runners as they go, and then what kind of execution they can pull with movement and late game decisions. So our runners should be getting started here in roughly, I don't know, now. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
now.
Super happy to be commentating a race with you and watching some Super Metroid. I can't say much more in this life makes me happier. So off the
Yeah.
bat, we can already see that number 20 in the top right corner of our player's HUD, that indicates that there is either a starter or a starter plus setting going on here for our charge beam. And we'll reveal some more once we get down here into Retro Brinstar, or I guess technically Criteria Brinstar? No, Brinstar? I don't know. We all know
Yeah,
what
if,
this place is.
if you're dealing with areas, then it's got to be major minor now, right?
Ah, bombs. Yeah, on the pedestal. Yeah, that would indicate major minor. Cross getting slightly hung up just a second. We're all used to just morphing and going under that portion there. So not having morph coming off of the pedestal is your brain just doesn't compute for a little bit. Nice deboost though from Cross. And of course, the morph ball must be in the ceiling if anything else is on the pedestal. So yeah, we've got major minor here. And here we go. We've got power bombs early sitting down here behind this wall, which means that the players can choose to check the meme route location to see if this is area rando. Um, kind of
Ooh,
unorthodox. We're seeing Fat Scott check the um, Billy Mays location, something you don't normally see super early, especially since it's major minor. But it could be beneficial, especially if the seed is hiding supers behind anything like it did in my race. I couldn't find supers for, oh, double super. It was about 25 minutes in my race before anybody found supers. So,
yeah, this is interesting by Fat Scott because if this is the only available suit, never mind.
all right. And I feel like that's going to happen all race. We're going to say something, oh, that could be, and then we're just going to be proven wrong. And we do not
Vanilla.
have
Oh,
area. Okay. These hoppers do 80 damage, so you can take one hit. It's just going to go meme route. Okay. I mean, Cross has supers, so
this is spicy for sure.
yeah, we've got Divergence already under 3 minutes. I mean, I guess we had it before with Billy Mays, but yeah, this has already got some spice. We've taken out the black pepper here, and we're just turning a little bit on top of the salad or spaghetti or whatever you want to eat.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. So if cross product went down to meme route, what things is he skipping? Because like we have to assume skipping criteria. So you're skipping the majors there. So you're skipping Terminator. You're skipping Gauntlet. Um, does he
And Bomb Terizo.
and Bomb Terizo? So how far into Green Brinstar does he go? Does he go all the way to like reserve to Brinstar Reserve Tank, or does he just turn around and just go to Red Tower?
Yeah, it's well, normally when you decide to go meme route, you end up doing doing the loop, I guess clockwise. Yeah, clockwise. And then once you're up there, you generally say, "Oh, well, I'm already up here. Maybe I go to wreck ship, depending on what kind of items I found." But I did notice something very interesting about Fat Scott's the way that Fat Scott went through that meme route pathway, took out the hoppers before ever seeing the door. So doesn't actually know if it's area rando yet or not. Might have an assumption, but wasn't able to see if the door was blinking before taking out the hoppers. Unless I missed something. That seemed to be what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but he's just likely, if he didn't see it, then he's just deferring the knowledge until he gets to the Torian door, in which case he'll see that it's pink instead of blinking, and then he'll know that it's vanilla.
Yeah. So we've got a very early plasma beam on cross product side. So far, meme route, actual solid meme route, paying off a little bit. You know, never gonna to say no to plasma.
So this is
Oh, and
interesting
X-ray.
routing. Yeah, and X-ray, yeah. So there's interesting routing on Fat Scott's side. He is being very thorough with the minor checks. So he may have decided right away that he is just gonna go for
ammo.
minors instead. Yeah, go for ammo instead of looking for charge, which like if you're gonna make that decision, you better make it early. So like it's like that's the decision he's gonna make, and hopefully he does not come across charge.
Ooh. Yeah, and I like committing early. I like making a decision and committing early. But we'll see that not going meme route has given Fat Scott speed booster much earlier than Cross is going to have it. How much of a factor, how much of a difference that will make, still yet to be seen. But you know, I'm sure that's if Fat Scott knew that Cross doesn't have speed, I'm sure he'd be happy about it.
Yeah, because it's not like, of course, moving fast is great, but it's also another major check that Fat Scott will be able to make that Cross can't because
Yeah, waterway.
yeah, waterway.
Yep, absolutely. Very astute observation, Crazed Gamer. We'll see how that plays out, and if that is also going to be. I mean, I don't think that going meme route was a bad idea. It's just how the seed is playing out for Cross at the moment. No real huge advantage I can see. I think we need to wait a little more into the seed. Oh, and we are going to get a gauntlet check on Fat Scott's side. Only have 5 power bombs though. So, oh, we do have bombs. We do have bombs. So we can get through all of Gauntlet. Just need to be a little careful. Just, you know, little dip in the acid is okay as long as you only dip your toes in. You know, you don't go into the deep end.
Yeah, bomb gauntlet is tough, especially on zero tanks. I've done it before, and the back can get a little bit dicey if you're not careful, because even just dipping your toe in, that can be enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think, oh, I'll just jump out real quick, but you won't with gravity suit. You are in slow-mo mode without gravity suit in the acid. Does get rewarded with the ice beam, and that is a solid pickup there. Doesn't have to worry about how they're going to get through the bot wound hallway. So yeah, we'll see if Cross actually ends up going to check Gauntlet. That's not something I would say Cross is definitely going to do with this meme route. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It's gonna get speed though, so as long as they get gravity, they can still get through bot wound. But then we got Metroids and all that stuff.
Yikes.
Oh my! Didn't even see that. We've got space jump there.
It's okay. Scott took a save before doing that, so it was just maybe a minute or two of time loss and knowledge of ice being there. So he may just pick up ice and then just double back.
Just bounce. Well, that's good. Saving, good idea, folks. Saving saves. Saving
Yeah.
saves lives.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. In your observation on one tanking with bombs through Gauntlet, I found that as long as you're not trying to, like, if you jump and then morph on the way down, you have a lot more accuracy with your bombs. If you jump and morph on the way up, you carry that upward momentum, and sometimes you'll smack into the spikes and stuff like that. It's a very interesting movement. It's not always intuitive. Oh, and we are going to go through the rest of Gauntlet. Hopefully this top block doesn't. Okay. All right. We're at 45 energy.
Yeah, I think I had a something in either league or the multi-category tournament last year where I did bomb Gauntlet and I ended up dying on the second bit in the second half. It's exactly where you said, where it was just spike. Just you hit a spike because it's right against the wall.
Yeah. It's a little unfortunate. I think that Fat Scott probably would have enjoyed that extra pack of power bombs. I mean, we do have bombs here, but I think at this point, you wouldn't say no to another pack. And meanwhile, following the normal kind of route that you do when you go meme route and saying, Marty here, let's go and take care of wreck ship while we have the speed booster, gives us logical access to wreck ship. May as well give it a shot. Whether or not Cross does a full clear of wreck ship remains to be seen, but we are going to figure out, at least get a little bit closer to knowing what our boss randomization is, because we still don't know that.
Yes, and the fact that our runners have speed booster may make them inclined to full clear, because it does put wreck ship reserve. Yep.
All right. Any guesses? I'm going Dragon. I don't know why. I'm going Dragon.
Going vanilla. It's vanilla.
All right. So, what this means is really nothing at this point. It doesn't give us any indication.
Just a big old question mark.
Yep.
Oh, we've got microwave.
Yes, we do. Our damage right now is only 150, so microwave is not a guaranteed one round, but still does a fair amount of damage. As we can see, Fantoon has taken on a I forgot my suntan lotion and fell asleep on the beach kind of a look.
Yeah, I was gonna mention going into the Fantoon fight on one E-tank is a little bit dicey, but no, as it turns out, when you can microwave Fantoon, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. All right. Fat Scott picking up that spring ball, giving our runners currently almost the same loadout. We just have an X-ray for Fat Scott to snag on the way over to Red Tower. And we'll see what direction Fat Scott chooses to go at that point. If it is down red tower, we could have a very interesting turn of events. We'll see, depending on what's down there. Just an E-tank behind Fantoon.
So our remaining majors in Wreck Ship is Wreck Ship E, Wreck Ship Reserve, and Gravity Suit.
That is correct. If Cross finds a suit at the wreck ship E-tank location, there's maybe a possibility. I mean, having ice and speed already, a possibility that Cross will just bail over to back down Red Tower. At least that's a decision I would consider.
Yeah, getting a good item right away in Wreck Ship can really incentivize a runner to just ignore the rest of it, because at that point you're just playing odds. Like, well, there was one good item here, what are the chances that it's going to be two?
Yeah, and the amount of time it takes to clear the rest of Wreck Ship just feels so slow. Oh, here we go. We're gonna see what's behind Waterway that Cross was not able to pick up.
Lots of things happening all at once here.
Oh, all right, all right. Gotta love some high jump boots.
All right. Depending on what Fat Scott's going to get here, if it's not Gravity, we have a lot of the Suitless suite.
I'm okay with that. Give me some suitless. Just a vanilla tank. So the meme route did not hurt cross product in any major way.
So the only question is, did it improve routing at all? Which we're not going to really know.
Yeah. It's hard to tell. Like you said, we had Fat Scott checking a lot of locations that Cross did not. So might have, just based off of every 7 seconds that was kind of gained from that, might have a little bit of a lead. Very nice speed attack going through the attic there from Cross Product. Isn't even going to check the reserve. Is just going to say, I'm just going to go do it.
With Spring Ball, that's a pretty easy check, but I guess he's just electing to just pick it up no matter what it is.
Right. I mean, not it's anyone's really decision on that. It's still pretty early. Still in the need of a lot of things. I mean, we're still working with on Cross's side. We're still working with 150 damage on a charge shot. So could use a charge upgrade. Could use a myriad of things. So it's just saying, it doesn't really matter what's there. I could use it. So may as well just save the 15 seconds it takes to check the item and just go. Look at that spring ball coming in hot in that X-ray room. Who says spring ball is just not needed? Come on.
Spring Ball is definitely needed.
You know what? I can't talk. I skipped spring ball in my race. I'm sorry to all the spring ball lovers, but it was really late in the race, and I felt like I was really behind and I didn't need it, so I apologize.
You know what? That's fair. If it's not going to save you 7 seconds, then why bother?
Yeah.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Okie dokie.
So the dip into bowling has paid off. Cross Product has picked up Various Suit and is probably going to beeline straight down Red Tower.
Yeah, doesn't really have anywhere else to go, unless they really want to check Waterway, which is not going to happen. But yeah, unless Fat Scott goes to Crate and finds Gravity, is gonna have a little bit of a rough time here. The meme route really, I felt like the meme route decision was just like a spur of the moment thing for Cross, but it's actually paying off.
Was in fact bold, but it put him exactly where he needed to be to pick up gravity.
Yeah, I'm sure Cross felt a little bit bad about it when they found speed at BT, but now feels really good about it.
And when I said gravity, I definitely meant Varia.
Yeah. Gravity Varia, right? Same
It's
thing?
same thing. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, duh. We are still doing a little save before Crade because, well, phatscott hasn't gone to wreck ship yet, but even if they did, we still don't know if this is mystery, or sorry, surprise, shuffled, or shifted bosses. I'm hoping for some surprise. That's what I want to see. That's what the fans want to see. Give me one Fantoon and like 3 Dragons, please. And thank you.
So Cross Product was about to skip X-Ray and then realized, oh wait, it's a major item. I should go get it.
Yeah, you got Space Jump. You're here. Unfortunately, not gonna find anything super fun back here. But you know, an extra E-tank is not, when you only got 3. It's not something to snuff at.
All right, so phatscott is farming because he doesn't know what boss is back here.
Yes. What are we farming for? Missiles? Is that what we're doing here?
If you're farming for missiles, I mean, there's a missile refill right above you.
Yeah, I'm not exactly. I guess he just wanted a couple extra. I think he just wanted to be above 30 on the supers, which might have been a little bit faster with mini crate, but got what he needed. But unfortunately, we do not have 3 dragons. We have a crate. So
It's smelling a lot like vanilla.
it is a little stinky of vanilla. It smells like your mama's French toast a little bit when she puts the extra vanilla and cinnamon in there. But it is, let's not lose hope. Could still be surprise. It could still be actually any of them because shifted and shuffled have to have, even if they have vanilla randomization, they have to have at least one swap. So there could still be Dragon at Ridley and Ridley at Dragon.
All right, Cross Product is going to clean up Waterway, now having speed booster and coming back through here.
Very, very interesting. I guess is
Oh.
just is. Ooh, okay. Oh,
All right, so
like I said.
all right, so phatscott is not going to go to Norfair. He's instead going to go to Meridia.
Hopefully, yes. It may check the high jump location. That could be a play I would be okay with, and just says, hey, let me go check high jump and maybe ice real quick, and then go to Meridia. Because if Vari is down here for phatscott, it would be a better route to just go lower Norfair and then come back up to Meridia to wreck ship. So I don't scoff at the play that phatscott's doing here. It can make some sense. But we know it's not going to help, unfortunately.
Even with the knowledge that we have, it's still a little feels bad for me because it is 2 elevator trips for 2 majors. So like, if it ends up being 2 E-tanks, you just spent 2 elevator trips doing that. I mean, never mind. It's kind of good.
Yeah, that could be. Let's see what the number goes up to. Okay, it goes up to 600. So that's ice plasma. Yeah, that's the only charge upgrade if I'm doing my math properly. And so That's good. Doesn't need to hunt for ammo anymore. Has plenty. So that should be no more major checks for Fat Scott.
I
Got a
mean,
little bit of a
I was just gonna say 600, big number, so
yeah,
that should be the only charge.
yeah, yeah. I do math well sometimes. My wife has me go do math with my son as she's homeschooling them. So I think sometimes I do it all right.
Does your son learn like full beam combo math? Because that's a really specific type of
How
math.
el-
I would,
how
yeah.
else are you supposed to teach your son math?
I mean,
Is
I
there a
guess.
different way? Okay.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
All right. I don't know of any other way, but if there's a better way, let me know. But that's how I do math with my kids.
Word.
And my son's name is Ridley. One of them is his name is Ridley, so it makes sense.
That's good. Cross is taking a save under the tube. Wonder what this is for.
Yeah, that is an interesting save. Are we gonna see?
Like what? What are we scumming here? Like what's the check?
The only thing I can think of is he wants to go do some suitless Meridia stuff because he's got high jump. But no, okay.
Yeah, but like you've got Varia. Like there's no reason to go into Meridia. You have a lot of other things you can check pretty free.
I don't know. We'll let Cross. You know what? Maybe okay. Well, first off, right in the heat of a race, you have about a 984 thoughts going through your head at one time, and
We
some
do.
of those just make you do things that you might not normally do if you were able to take 5 minutes and think about it. But I guess that's number one, and number two, as we've seen many times in this tournament already, even a random save when you haven't saved for a while can potentially save you from losing a race. So either one of those, I mean, potentially positive things, and let's hope that it doesn't have to come to any of that. But we'll give Cross the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it's a little bit of time, but if you're concerned that a random death will just end things, then saves are good.
Yeah. Or just like that's your default. Your internal save timer has gone off, and you whoop, gotta save. Like when I don't know. I was gonna say laundry, but there's timers for laundry and little noises that go off, so that doesn't work. Hello, Kraid. Try to bust Kraid in the mouth with a couple with a charged plasma shot, but it was only 150, so we wouldn't have gotten zombie Kraid. There we go. With a swaggy D boost, just for the crowd. The cross product, the crowd pleaser.
Hesitating a little bit, thinking about, do I want this E-tank? And yeah, it's fine.
Yep, and at this point, I think if I've got 6 E-tanks and I end up seeing one on the way later, I just grab it, especially with this beam combo, because the race can come down to a stand-up glitch or not, and may as well snag it. Fat Scott running through the fires of Upper Norfair to see what is behind door number 1. Usually wave beam, but today we've got another E-tank. Right.
I mean, there's 16 of them out there, so most of the time it's going to be an E-tank.
Yeah.
16? No, it's 14. There's 7 in a row, not 8 in a row.
I mean, you believe however many E-tanks you want to believe, man. Power of positive thinking. All right. Now we've got both suits on cross product side. has full range of Planet Zebes at Cross's disposal. So let's see what Cross decides to check from here on out, because Cross doesn't need anything.
At this point, I would say you're just doing like a standard route. So you're just gonna go down to Lower Warfare, beat Ridley, and then go to Dragon on the way out.
Yeah, Cross is gonna want to go check Ice Beam, because even though Cross doesn't need anything, it's a long, well, maybe not a long Ridley fight, but it's a long Mother Brain fight. But Cross is, I think, in the I'm just gonna go mindset. Doesn't even care about high jump.
He got space jump, and that's good enough.
Yeah, we got a Croc play on phatscott side. Yeah. phatscott still doesn't know where Varia is, so not a bad play. It's a gamble, but it's worth.
And he hasn't been direct ship yet, so
gets slapped in the face with another E-tank. It's just the Seed's just laughing.
Yeah, it is apparent that he wanted Varia to be down here before going back up to the wreck ship. He wanted to end on the wreck ship, and that's unfortunately not the way it's going to go.
Yeah. Although, let's see, there's one more major down here in Croc. Let's get one more E-tank and like a couple power bomb packs, and let's just go do suitless Lower Warfare. Let's go.
If one is capable of it, there's definitely enough super missiles to do it.
There's a power bomb pack. Oh.
All right, so he's clearly thinking that's, or at least either thinking no or just not considering it entirely.
Which is fair. It's not a super comfortable. It just depends. Depends on you're really not thinking about doing suitless warfare this early on in the seed when there's so many other checks that can't be had. But oh, the double X-ray in worst room of the game. Let's go. Pirates never know we hit them.
Not often you see that on the gold pirates, but it is effective.
It's super effective.
I mean, maybe not specifically with Cross's loadout, which is only at 150, but in most other cases.
Yeah. Smooth space jump movement going through Cathedral?
Yep.
I always get Cathedral and Coliseum mixed up.
Yeah, those are just two of the same thing. They're very not.
Different temperatures. Yeah.
Also, it should be noted that
Hey, amphitheater. We got a science dropping some science on us right now. That's amphitheater. We knew that. We were just, test and chat. You guys passed.
So that's just another word for the same thing. Just all the same thing. Right, so as I was about to say before, space jumping without high jump definitely does change the mechanics of getting through that room. So it's something you do have to be aware of as you're traveling through. So it's good on Cross to not accidentally drop a space jump in there.
Yeah, dropping a space jump is one of the worst feelings in Super Metroid, hands down, I think. Like, it just, I don't know. You feel like a failure, you want to call your mom and say sorry, and it's just, she trained you for life, and you're just out here dropping space jump inputs.
Dropping space jump inputs. You can't do math on your full beam combo. Just everything's just going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like phatscott is making the play to wreck ship, and this will be good for him, assuming he does full clear.
And so yeah, this also could be Dragon. By the way, we haven't seen boss number 3 yet. Could also be, if it's surprise, it could be any. All right, never mind.
Yep.
I told you, we're just gonna say things, and the seed's gonna be like, nah. This is 1 super so far. Doesn't really. I mean, we've got 150 on the charge beam at the moment. So still can get through Ridley pretty comfortably. If it were me, I would stop at 15 supers, just like Cross is doing, so that when Ridley turns red, I can know that my 15 supers will cause Ridley his quick demise. Bam!
There it is.
That was a slick little jump up. Didn't even get a chance to morph all the way. Had a little Samus feet sticking out. Well done fight. And what's behind door number 2? Ridley's got none other than an E-Tank, which does give Cross stand-up glitch power.
Not a very particularly appetizing stand-up glitch, having only 150 as the damage output, but it is possible.
That's fair. I mean, stand-up glitch optimally with a full beam combo saves like 20-ish seconds, so it might not pay out 7 seconds worth of picking up that item, but it does give Cross a refill coming out of Lone Warfare, which does not feel very bad. Fantoon fight on Fat Scott's side. Let's see what Fat Scott can do.
Now, Fat Scott does have the actual charge beam along with an ice,
Ooh.
which with Cross.
Yeah, this is proper microwave.
Yeah, there it is. This should be one and done. Yep.
Yeah. Get out of here, Fanny. You old punk with the trunk. Ghost with the least.
Oh snap! Don't let Fantoon hear you say that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, don't. Nobody told him. Tell him I said that. I was just joking.
Well, that's all right. Both players have defeated Fantoon, so it's fine.
Okay. I didn't even see what that item was at Fireflies.
It was an E-Tank.
Oh, of course it was. It'd be interesting if like the players were forced to pick up a certain item, like I don't know, some wacky tournament.
Like
you had to pick up it,
so like,
every missile you saw, you had to pick it up.
So like scavenger hunt, kinda.
Maybe, yeah, okay, yeah, I see. But no, my idea is way different and cooler somehow.
Ah.
3 Musketeers, just gonna damage through as a little ball. Maybe a square on a bingo tournament too, but no, my idea is way different and cooler. Anyway, we're gonna see. This was, what was this on Fat Scott's side? Oh, high jump boots.
Not the suit he's looking for, but certainly a nice pickup.
Yeah. Now, at this point on Fat Scott's side, I mean, finding Varia at Wreck Ship Reserve is, when you're in a race and you're like, what if the other runner went this way and I went this way? But even though there could be that in a race, you have to keep assuming that the other your opponent kind of made the same decisions that you did as far as routing goes, and not get too locked up in what if my opponent did a god route, because it's not going to help you go faster, and it's just going to make you a little nervous in your actions and stuff like that. So you just got to keep going. Um, same thing on the other side too. I mean, Fat Scott could have done exactly what Cross did, and you just got to execute on your movement and hope for the best.
Yeah, the thing about playing against the god route is that there's only one god route, and then you're doing literally anything else. So it's kind of tough to like compare yourself against that because you never win against the god route, obviously. So you just have to just sort of look at where the items were and make the decision like, okay, what could my opponent have at any given point in this seed? Like, if you saw like where like speed booster was, if you saw where high jump was, you saw where ice was, as an example, you would just have to just sort of intuit like, okay, this opened up this. What order could they have gotten this in?
Yep. And yeah, at the same time, like that is super beneficial if it helps you make a decision later on in your routing or your race, right? At the same time, I feel like it is also, if it changes anything that you do, it could be potentially detrimental. If there's no difference it can make in what you do, you just have to say, all right, you know what? I've done what I've done. I can't change that. Oh, there's double jump. Hey, double jump. Bye, double jump. We'll see you later. That so little fun history lesson maybe or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how many people know this. I don't think I've ever actually said it out loud, but the double jump item, the heat shield item, and the pressure valve item are all items that I designed. And when I came up with double jump, I was like, well, what can I make double jump look like? And it was the space jump, right as we're seeing on cross product side. It was the space jump that made me think of the icon for double jump. So I just made kind of like a smaller version of what space jump looks like when Samus is jumping through the air to kind of mimic, a simpler version of double jump. I don't know if it ever came through, but I thought it turned out all right.
Right, so our tracker tonight, Fishing Boo, brings up a very cogent point in chat. Did Scott just go to wreck ship and just not get Varia? Because I was just like looking, not looking, but I was just like, oh, he's in that direction. He's gonna go get it. But then we never actually saw it.
I was honestly, I was looking at Cross and obviously into my own story, and that is very unfortunate if that is what occurred.
Oh boy, that's it's not great because that was.
No, he did bowling, didn't he?
He
did. I saw him space jump through there. He did bowling.
I'm pretty sure he did bowling too, but I didn't actually see him go up to wreck ship reserve.
Oh goodness, he just got gravity and bounced. Maybe.
Well, he already had gravity, right?
I'm sorry, Varia. Now here I am saying the wrong suit.
It's contagious. I get it.
Well, I can't fault anyone for getting an item. I totally did that on my last race. Luckily, it didn't end up being something as serious as Varia, but it definitely can happen.
Yeah, and I can't say I'm any better because I have definitely skipped a major location that I did not intend to skip during the course of this tournament. So like it happens.
Yeah. It's not Link to the Past, but there is 100 item locations in this game. So forgetting one of them, even in a hundo run, still happens.
Yeah, it's a little bit more punishing in Super Metroid though, because in A Link to the Past you can just save and quit and just
Getting
go
full
back
halfie
to the thing.
Oh, we got a full halfie. Let's go.
Yeah. Cross got the regular halfie before, maybe just like 1 or 2 pixels lower than he needed to be.
And we just got like a really serious high five. Fat Scott went in with like the Power Glove Shine Spark high five, while Cross was space jumping through. So I'm sure Cross Product's hand hurts a lot now. Fat Scott didn't have to go that hard with the high five.
Just whizzing right by as you just have your hand down, just like, oh well. You just burned my hand off because you were shine sparking.
So there's always one guy who high fives too hard, you know.
There's never a proper balance of high five. All right, so the story here is that Cross Product has all 4 bosses down and is on his way to Torian, while Fat Scott takes down Dragon and still has a Ridley ahead of him without a Varia suit, apparently. I don't want to say it's over, but it might be.
Yeah, I mean there's still more race to be run for sure. Okay, yeah, Cross is going up, heading over to Torian. Is going to have a I mean, can speed Zeb skip through, which is totally fine, and it's gonna make the Mother Brain fight a little bit longer than it normally would, but with 7 tanks, this isn't area rando, so it's not going to get a full refill, but might refill at the ship here because they only have 1 super. Yeah, makes sense.
Is there any world where Cross Product checks Gauntlet before going there?
I don't think so. Cross dipped out on everything Upper Norfair. I don't think, unless there's some sort of panic going on, I don't think there's a world where that happens. Oh, little spring ball swaggy. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Pretty good.
You love to see it. You love to see it. We got a left sandpick check here for Fat Scott.
Yeah, this is a major location. It's often ignored, but it is there.
Yeah, I didn't go all the way down, luckily, but in my last race, I started to go down here, and it was Chozo. I realized that was being
Yikes.
silly.
Just a straight minus on that one. It's a spazer.
Yep. No help whatsoever.
And this is probably going to parry into Jack Tool, because what else are you going to... Oh, never mind.
Yep. See, we say stuff, and the race says no. Fat Scott going with the grouping. What I might do is get them, like if I was trying to conserve health, get them off of me with a bomb first, but...
Alright, so Scott is opting instead to go to Plasma.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, that's... I don't know, I guess it's just you're trying to optimize your checks, but you know you still don't have Varia. You may have not realized that you left Workship Reserve behind. Oh, this Metroid just trolling Cross Product right now. Says, you can't get me? Or did it die already?
I thought it went off the screen, TBH.
It totally did. Yeah. Oh, Metroid.
Did it despawn?
No way. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
sitting over there by the door, just laughing at Chris Scott.
Just-
Chris Scott. I have a friend named Chris Scott. Cross Product at the other end of the room.
Look, sometimes you're just chilling out by the door. You just want to get out. You just want to leave. It's
Yeah,
late.
man.
The party's over.
The
Yeah.
party's not for you. You know, your ex is there, but your friend's there, so you don't want to leave them. And yeah.
Yeah, I get it. All right, into the side hoppers, and then into the Sand Chozo, and then into the baby.
Indeed, and we do have a loadout for regular baby skip, but cross product is already at 3 tanks, so it would still save a tiny bit of time to get the baby skip, even though you would still need a refill, unless you were just really going hardcore with your 3 tanks. I mean, you do have a reserve, but cross product says no, I'm good. Just gonna do this cutscene real quick and go do what I need to do. So, I'm not trying to predict anything. I'm just asking a question. So don't,
Yep.
don't yell at me or anything.
Yeah,
But
yeah, go ahead.
if Cross were to bork their first mother brain attempt somehow, because it will be a little bit longer of a fight. Where is Cross's last save?
The ship? Question mark.
Oh, they saved at the ship. Okay, it wasn't just a refill. All right. Oh, never
I mean,
mind.
I can't say that
Never
for
mind.
sure. Or it's right here.
Yes, yes. Safe, smart play for Cross, I think, for sure. I think Cross knows that the meme route play ended up giving them Varia, and Fat Scott might have not gotten Varia, because going up to wreck ship is not something is done a whole lot. So probably just says, you know what, I probably have time for a save. That's the smart move. Let's do it. Setting up for our third attempt on the speed Zeb skip, says, you know what, never mind, I'm not going to waste my time. Let's just missile these Zebs. We just need 9 missiles and 9 supers to get past Mother Brain 1, but it will be now an even longer fight for cross product through Mother Brain 2.
This lack of ice beam is really messing up the MB1 phase, since those Rinkas will just immediately respawn after being destroyed.
Yeah, Rinkas don't care. If you ain't got no ice, they ain't gonna be nice. Or, something like that.
Yeah. So we've got 3 missiles, 6 supers, and the rest of this has to be a
Oh, we got a SBA. Let's go.
Which you can only do one more time because we're almost out of power bombs too.
I think we only got 1 particle on that, but I don't care. That was worth it, in my opinion. Let's go.
I'll award points for that, but does not count towards damage towards Mother Brain. So
no, swag points is what that was worth, which is in my book, it's worth everything. Ooh, little like jump over a hurdle in a Olympic race on those onion rings. It's like barely under the feet. Dodging onion rings underneath. And French fries. So far, not a lot of damage comes from cross product, doing really well using the morph unmorph to slow the speed down so that the meatball doesn't do any damage. Looks like some decent low ice movement.
Yeah, meanwhile, Fat Scott has taken a save under the tube, and I have to assume he's going back to wreck ship. There is no other reason to go back up through here.
Yeah, I'm not saying Fat Scott should do this or is making any sort of a bad play by searching for Varia. I think being somebody that has run RBO and stuff like that, at this point with that many tanks, I would just go down to Lower Norfair. I would probably be a little frustrated at this point with not having Varia, which is completely understandable. We are in the catch-up phase on Cross's side. Hopefully, we don't get hit by any catch-up, because with 5 tanks, that could really It could do a double hit, could do a triple hit. We do have a reserve, so we might be okay, but looks like Cross is playing it very safe right now, which is smart.
And there it is.
And that is the transition to the Motherbrain 3 cutscene.
All right, so is Scott just checking minor items at this point? Is just gonna go for... Oh, didn't want to pick up the...
I don't know what Scott was looking for there. Yeah, it could be looking for another power bomb pack. Is maybe considering the suitless Lower Norfair play, but is uncomfortable with only one crystal flash or one guaranteed crystal flash. Yeah, I mean, heading this direction, I imagine that is what phatscott is thinking. It's just I'm done finding Varia at this point. I'm just going to go to Lower Norfair, hoping that cross product is having the same fate.
At this point, you have to think.
Yeah, the save. Yeah, he's gonna go to Lower Norfair.
Like, if you're in phatscott's shoes, you've, in your mind, checked everything, and you haven't found Varia, which means you know you've missed something, you just don't know where it is.
Yep. And you can't spend 5 minutes thinking about it or drawing out a map. You just gotta go. This is a race.
Yeah, this is not Map Miranda where you can see the map of other areas besides the one you're in. You actually have to go to those areas to check the map. So it is no use retraversing the entire map again. You just gotta go.
Well, Godspeed to phatscott. I mean, the other than some sort of drastic catastrophe, cross product should be able to make it out of this escape, but Godspeed to phatscott with the start of their Lower Norfair suitless. Takes a lot of guts and a lot of brain power to make this decision. So, are we gonna get a blue bomber? That's the real question. That's a negative Ghost Rider.
Lack of screw attack is making this room a little bit problematic, but still easy to get through.
Yeah, the pirates are being a little saucy with their little French fry shooters. Gotta love the standard spark.
All reliable.
Old Bessie. Going up Parlor. Meanwhile, cross product. I mean, phatscott. Solid crystal flash. Get your GGs in chat. Cross product coming in first place at 57 minutes, about 16 seconds. That is a big GG to cross product. Is going to be moving on to the playoffs of the Super Metroid Dash Mystery Tournament. Big up to both of these runners. phatscott doing an excellent job, coming out with 2 wins on this tournament. Really solid play to both of these runners.
I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but this tournament has been stacked with talent up and down. So, like, 2 and 4 is nothing to be, like, sad about. The competition in this tournament has just been nuts.
it is pretty insane. I mean, just looking the top, the top 20 to 25 players of this tournament, like it's and I'm saying that because right now I'm number 26, so I'm not going to toot my own horn, but it is intense. It's intense competition for sure. But nonetheless, this tournament has been awesome. We'll see if we can get Cross Product and Fat Scott in for an interview to talk about this race, this seed, and it does appear we have the victor of our race and the runner moving on to the playoffs portion of our tournament, Cross Product. Hello, GG's. Welcome in. How do you feel? All the things.
Good morning. This seed was just felt like a throwback to the Desi days, honestly. It was like no boss shuffle, no area shuffle, major minor. Like it was just like the original randomizer format from 15 years ago or whatever it was. Other than
Yeah.
having the starter charge, which I was thankful for because I didn't need to get charge beam. And oh
Yeah.
man, I have to say my worst moment in that race was actually where I felt the worst was during the Dragon fight. And I know that like there's a very good chance I'm going into Torian without Ice Beam, and I can't get a single short charge in Dragon's room. How am I possibly going to get a speed zep skip? So, and that if it weren't for how badly Dragon went, I might have still been trying to get that speed zep skip right now.
I completely understand that sometimes you just, for whatever reason, whether it's the race setting or something about a short charge, just goes away, and rather than sit there for 15 minutes trying to figure it out, you just gotta missile some zebs. So yeah, I totally get it. But yeah, we saw, once receiving the gravity suit, you blew through Upper Norfair, and that just kind of gave us an indication that you were just ready to go. Ice Beam was at oh, sorry. What was it? Ice at ice? I'm losing my mind now. But going to the ice check
heard
would have
Gauntlet.
given you. Oh, sorry. Ice Beam had the charge upgrade for you, which would have
Okay.
given you a much better Mother Brain fight and such. But
Yeah, you either got to check everything or check nothing. I
yeah,
feel like
committing
Yeah.
is the way to go. Whatever you commit to, just commit to it. For sure. Fat Scott, meanwhile, trudging along through this lower Norfair, suitless lower Norfair. Fat Scott went to wreck ship, but for whatever reason got everything except for various suit. Just happened to forget that particular item. I don't know when or why. Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to them about it, but has led to the events that you see before you if you're watching the stream.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a major item location, right? It's just
Yeah.
random spot off in the corner. It's and if you have a Chozo mindset, then you're thinking like the statue item, or you're thinking that there's only one item there instead of two. Definitely the mystery format's been kind of messing with my head a little too.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It's fun, you get to kind of figure things out as they unfold, but yeah, you also have to keep in mind, I was playing a practice race the other day, and it started out as full, but I for some reason I had Chozo in my head, and that's just how it goes. Crazed
Yeah,
Gamer. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I just did the math, and forgoing the Zeb skip and using the missiles cost me 30 charge shots on Mother Brain, which is probably, if I had gotten it in the next like 2 or 3 attempts, it would have been worth it. But it just after that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. I don't want to hog all the fun questions and stuff. Crazed Gamer, what do you got?
Oh, it's just all the questions were the questions I was going to ask, so it's fine. It's Cross, did you have to like think about going to meme route, or was that the plan once you saw it, or like give me your thoughts on that?
It was really a spur of the moment decision. Obviously, you have to check the door, right? Because it could be area. Like that's where you find out whether or not it's area shuffle. And you get to the door, like, oh, the door is brown, so okay, it's vanilla map layout. And I just got kind of like really scared because I farmed up the energy so I could take an extra hit, but I still didn't have any E-tanks, so I just started firing my super missiles away, and I'm like, well, I've already done all this work. I guess I'll just go through the meme route. And I remember Audra saying back in the day that if you're gonna go that way, you have to do wreck ship first. And I don't know if they actually said that or if I'm just misremembering that, but I was like, well, I don't like going to Fantoon with one E-tank and no suits, but rules are rules, so
Yeah,
you know.
well, we mentioned that in the commentary. We were talking about, well, normally if you go meme route, you do the clockwise, and then since you're already up there, you go to wreck ship. And so yeah,
Yeah.
we had totally mentioned that, and it definitely paid off. We saw the little bit of hesitation in the meme route there on whether or not you meant to decide to go that route, but it looked like it wasn't going to pay off at first because speed was at BT, but
Mhm.
but then yeah, the Varia was over there, and we're like, oh man, that just ended up being part of the god route there apparently. So
Yeah, I mean, if you had just do a normal route and end up going up Red Tower to wreck ship, it definitely would have been better because then you don't have to double back for waterway like I did.
mhm. I thought
Uh,
you might skip that, having it being one check and you having a Varia already and so many other checks. I thought, man, well, maybe he might skip it.
I really
But
wanted that save point to be there outside of X-ray, because that would have been a great point to save the game
the
and go check
area.
waterway to reset. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I can't say that hasn't been a thought in my mind as well. Those new save points are so convenient that you just want them to kind of be there all the time. So
Yeah, and they
I
serve a
understand
purpose in the area rando, but
for
with
sure.
vanilla map layout, like you don't really have any excuse not to save where you're supposed to. So,
Right. Oh, that actually brings up another question I think we have for you. What was I guess, the purpose and the thought process behind the save at Tube, underneath
okay.
Tube?
So I thought if Dragon were at Kraid's lair, I'd want to reset back to that point. It would have been better, like a better reset point.
Okay, gotcha.
Then when the third power bomb pack was there, right by the crate save, I thought, okay, well, I have a third power bomb pack. I could actually do Dragon now without a gravity suit, and so I decided to save again. And then it's so annoying because you don't know whether or not you have to farm ammo. Like, well, if it's Ridley, then I'll want to farm mini Kraid for a few rounds. But if not, then it was a waste of time. Although I ended up farming them on the way out because I figured I'd have to farm super missiles at some point anyway. Figured this was probably the best spot.
Yeah, gotcha. Makes
But yeah,
sense.
the
Makes
third
sense.
power bomb. As soon as I got the third power bomb pack, I thought, okay, well, we can do Dragon Escape now with the third power bomb pack. I'm not comfortable with the double spring balls jump, so for me it's either gravity suit, grapple beam, or crystal flash.
Gotcha. Well, if you want to learn double spring ball jump, I have a tutorial out there. It's,
Oh,
yeah, it's 10 out of 10 times for me. I don't know if it'll help anybody else, but you know. Meanwhile, we've got Fat Scott here making it through suitless Norfair, like a boss, lower Norfair. Making Metroid Room 3 look like it ain't no thing. It's gonna be heading on to Baby Skip here in just a second, and it's gonna finish us out. It looks like it's gonna finish out the rest of the game.
much better room 3 than I had.
So how are you feeling about the rest of the tournament? Have it making it to the playoffs? Um, let's
I'm
see.
gonna be honest. I haven't really looked at the bracket or standings of the tournament. I just joined to play, and that's what I've been doing.
Right on. Well, it has certainly been a fun tournament. Um, and Baby Skit. Let's get it. Looks pretty good. Looks like the fourth jump should be solid. Yeah, traditional baby skip. The OG baby skip. Well done.
That was really nice going into Lower Norfair with 15 power bombs. I don't know if I would have done that without at least like 25.
Yeah, well, we saw phatscott go, I think, as far as Aqueduct looking for power bombs, and then just ended up resetting and just saying, you know what, I don't have time. I just need to go, and just went with the 15. So yeah, it's tough getting the second Zeb skip, sometimes referred to as the spring ball Zeb skip, which you don't necessarily need spring ball for, but we're on to Mother Brain 2, just like that.
Scott's gonna have a little bit of an easier time with this.
Just a bit. Has 42 supers and 9 missiles, and also, has a 900 shot beam combo, so doesn't need to use any of the ammo. 20 shots, no big deal. Has 15 energy tanks. This seed just wanted to give all the energy to everyone. It was kind of a slap in the face after, the 9th energy tank.
We can stand up.
Yes. Well, as it stands, Cross, if everything were to stay the same, I think your first race would be against MM2 Nest cartridge. I think. Wait, does that make sense?
That's scary.
Do not quote me on that, because nothing is final. And
there are a number of names you could have put there where I would say that's scary. Kip, Audra, MM2.
Yep. Well, MM2 has got Nevdi standing in the way of MM2's clean sheet across the Swiss portion of this tournament. Has a win on every week, but has yet to face Nevdi for week 6. So we'll see how that goes. Nevdi only having one loss to V2 Nitro, is looking to get their 5-1 for the Swiss portion of the tournament. phatscott in chat giving us a little bit of a preview of what's going on with the stand-up glitch here. Looked a little shaky at first, but the onion rings were still able to connect with the baby. Also, pour one out for the baby. Saddest moment in video game history.
Everything looked fine there.
The real question is, are we gonna see a blue bomber from phatscott or not? That's the real question. Are we gonna see animal save too? That's another question. I don't know if phatscott is an animal saver. Normally, I wouldn't expect to see that in a tournament race, but if you already know the outcome of the race, it might be on your agenda.
Light spoilers for my race, but I absolutely saved the animals.
I taunted the animals once during this tournament. I know it's rude. I don't know why I did it. And third question, are we going to have phatscott in for an interview? That's the super third question. I've got a couple of questions I'd like to discuss with phatscott, but if they don't want to join, no big deal. Completely understand. But regardless of that, get your GGs in chat for phatscott finishing out the race with a suitless Lower Norfair, with a hunt for Varia, with a seed that just wouldn't give what it was supposed to give. GG's to Fat Scott, finishing out with a 2-4 record. Very, very well done. GG's all around. We'll see you if the interview, if you'd like to take part. And Crazed, I feel like I've been talking for a while, so if Fat Scott jumps in, you go ahead and dig in and ask all the questions you want.
And let's welcome in Fat Scott. GG's.
GG.
GG.
So I'm sure you surmised where Varia was.
Yeah, I figured it out. I figured it out before I even saw it at the end. I was like, I was thinking in the back of my head, like, what the heck did I miss? I shouldn't be like last location of area right now. And then I forgot I never checked Wreck Ship Reserve, like on the way to Mother Brain. And at that point, it was too little too late. I really, I just dropped the ball entirely. I don't know.
It's
Yeah, that was
yes,
rough.
true. I mean, there's a dropping the ball, right? But at the same time, racing these races and trying to think of everything at one time, like it's not something that hasn't happened before in this tournament. It's sometimes you just forget a thing and you don't remember quickly enough, and it happens for sure. But
You know what's funny about it is right before I went into that room, I was thinking about how I didn't have waves, so I couldn't do robot flush, and then I just didn't go to the robots. So it's like, I don't know why I did that. I know why I did that. It's because I started practicing 90% again, and I just defaulted to skipping it because that's what I've been doing. Ugh.
Yeah, that'll do.
yep. We've seen people G3 in tournaments for that exact same reason.
Yeah.
Where
But
you're
I mean, you
just
still
in the yeah. Where you're just in the area and you think you did it, and then it just where's the thing, and then you just no.
Yeah, I was like, I was really, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say beyond I just feel embarrassed.
well, yeah, it's it's one out of a thousand things you did during the race. You also did, I mean, we saw you hunt around a little bit for a power bomb pack before you went to suitless lower warfare, but you still handled suitless lower warfare like a boss, no deaths, and that's something to be to be said about. Even Cross was saying like I wouldn't feel comfortable going down there with 15 power bombs.
Well,
Um,
I actually wasn't looking for power bombs there. I didn't know if like Dash Rando added like a major and beach or
Gotcha.
side of aqueduct, so I checked those specifically in case I was forgetting Varia somewhere obvious, and then it wasn't there obviously because this is major minor and it normally isn't there. I don't know why I thought it would be, but I don't know.
You would be correct. There is a setting that has a major up at the is a watering hole, the one with the two
Is
items.
that Chozo that does that?
Yeah.
It's no, it's a dash setting that you can kind of toggle on in the
Actually,
settings there, but it's not
I
in the
have to
tournament.
double check because double jump was a Batsuni tank, which is a major item location.
Yeah.
So there must be something taken out of the pool, maybe a reserve tank. And I know this info is on the site. It's just that
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to refresh myself on it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been in one of those extra location spots though, because those in this tournament, those locations aren't considered major locations, so it wouldn't have put anything there. But yeah, I understand definitely why you thought that going that route. But still, you executed well. There wasn't any craziness. You had the one death at Gauntlet, but you saved right beforehand. I mean, it was just a
Yeah, I think the rest of the seed, like besides doing that, I think I did the things I think I should have. Like I did everything inside of Brinstar just fine. I checked pretty much everything in Upper North Fair without any issues. It just and then when I backtracked to Fantoon, I that was the right thing to do. Like I was doing the right thing. I just forgot completely to check Wreck Ship Reserve. Something in my head just made me think that like to just forget it or or that it wasn't anything or something. I don't know. Maybe I've been playing like too many other randos and things. That's probably part of it.
Seed bleed, or I guess
Yeah.
randomizer bleed or something. So the one thing you may or may not know is that Cross went to check meme route to see if it was area rando, and got over there and kind of had like a hiccup ish at the door, or like a hesitation at the door on whether or not um, they were going to go back, but then just decided to go meme route. And because they went meme route and did the clockwise, they ended up going direct ship first because of that. And so
Uh,
it was kind of like a happy accident, more more or less, that led them to Varia first. And so that's definitely something that worked in cross products favor.
that
But I
makes
also know when you went to meme route, you super missiled the hoppers, which then made the door flash. And I think
Yeah, I tricked myself. I made myself think, oh, okay, it's area rando, and then I got to a
Oh
green
no.
carrots, and I was like, oh, it's not it's not area rando. Oops.
gotcha. Yep, yep, right on. Well, cool. Well, I think we've gotten most of the big questions out of the way. Is there anything else you guys, either any commentators or racers, wanted to say before I wrap this thing up?
Just thanks to the usual people, I think, commentators, trackers, Fat Scott, and the Speed Gaming staff, tournament organizers. Thanks.
But yeah, no. Thanks for commentating this race, especially, and and definitely thanks for the race. Had I not forgotten about that, I think it probably would have been fairly. I think I could have gotten it fairly close at least if had I found Varia. So I think
Yeah, I think that it would have been really interesting because I probably still find Varia first, and I skip a bunch of stuff, so I get to Torian first, and then you get to Torian with much better loadout and obviously better execution. So I feel like I would have gotten to Torian first, and then you would have won. Would be my prediction.
I think yeah, I don't know because it's a lot. It's a lot of. I did a lot of extra checking in Upper North Fair. That probably might have offset any movement advantage I had. But at the same time, I did have a lot of stuff in my favor. So I don't know. I could see it going either way. But
Yeah, I was sitting on a 150 for my charge beam versus your 900.
yeah,
So yeah,
well,
that was
it would have been
definitely.
600 had I not found Wave
Uh,
at Jack Tool. But yeah, I found Plasma in I think it was Wavegate. And
yeah,
that yeah,
that
that
sounds
helped me
right.
out a lot.
That was scary going in there, going meme round and going in there with no E tanks. That was scary. I
Yeah.
actually thought that I might have died coming out of the room because I got hit by the small side hopper, and like then I hit the door transition, and the big side hopper like jumped into the door as I was going through. I was
Oh
like, oh
yeah,
no,
yeah,
what's gonna happen here?
yeah.
Because I saw that you actually, I guess you take the iframes through the door transition, which I didn't realize because I was still flashing on the way out and I didn't take a second hit.
Yeah,
But
you do a
like
little bit.
another half second, like another half second, I could have actually taken a hit through the door.
Yeah. I thought about just going straight through the door, and I probably would have ended up doing meme route as well had I done that. But I only had like 60 something health, and I didn't want to risk dying and having to redo all the early game again. In case it
Hmm.
was like lower Norfair on the other side or something. If it was actually area
Oh
window.
yeah.
So I tricked myself in multiple ways there, but that's all right.
Right on. Well, Craze Gamer, you wanna take us out?
Sure thing. So we've got 3 races left this week. On Wednesday at 7 Eastern, we've got Idol versus DJ Webb. Then on Thursday at 3:40, we've got Smellin versus TG Derp. And then on Friday at 7:10 Eastern, we've got MM2 Nest Cartridge versus Nevdi, and that will close out our Swiss round. And then brackets will be forthcoming. So look forward to that. And that is all for us here. If you enjoyed this, go give the runners a follow, and if you'd like to, you can also follow the crew as well. I've been Craze Gamer, I've been joined by Papa Schmo, and we will see you next mission.
Bye. Thank you.
See you.